Hi, welcome to your studios. Come on in. The inspiration was Ladismith. I happened to do quite a bit of art from home, so I was lucky to occupy this space. A friend of mine said that it was available, and so now this has become quite the creative nook. So all forms of art are welcome. So whether it's paintings, working on clay, textile art, everything is just like the womb of creation in Ladismith. So this work I did in 2021, and it is a painting of my feet as a reflection in a mirror. And at that point I was feeling quite disconnected, and I was struggling in living in Pretoria. And what I found quite strange was that in the feeling of disconnection, I saw that my feet were actually quite swollen. And then I felt it as a connection to, when you're flying too much, and then you have water retention in your feet. So it was almost like a physical manifestation of that feeling of disconnection. And that was at that point my perspective in the reflection caught in this painting. This is a painting of Emmanuel. Emmanuel Becker is a horse whisperer based in Ladismith in Voorbaat. And he taught me about natural horsemanship as well as how to ride horses. And I felt that this painting and the image that he provided really captured his genuine sense of connection to horses. That's also why he's also called the horse whisperer. And working with the horses, I could see how a lot of our sensitivities, or our horses are sensitive to our natures as human beings. And that once working with the horses and with natural horsemanship, I could really see with our different body languages and how we withhold at times, the horse kind of brought it out. It just became another language I could learn in surviving. This painting or drawing, an ink drawing, I also did in 2020. It formed part of my portrait series and experiments of working with ink. At the time I was staying in Cape Town, and my cat, who was based in Mossel Bay, passed away. And as I said, I was busy with a series of portraits, and I still don't know how I managed to do these scratch marks, but I was so lost in grief that I felt that it captured a lot of the experience with him. And I think a lot of people have their own interpretation of it. Some see it as, women and menstruation, the heaviness of it, but it was really like a heaviness captured and penned in ink. This is some of my clay works. So one of the things that I found coming to a small town was that you're often labeled, and you're labeled as an outsider. And I thought, if I'm going to be labeled as an outsider, then I'm going to wear my label and as a brooch and wear it with pride. So they call you an inkomer, and I thought it's probably like 3 categories: a local as an inkomer, and then somebody who survived really long as a local inkomer. And moving on from the brooches, I started using my skills as a portrait painter and zooming in on certain elements of the portrait.